Hello, this video is on student registration for the senior division or high school students in STEMwizard. At the top of the screen in STEMwizard, there's a registration and login section. When students first get on here, they need to go to registration, student. And this is where the student enters their registration information. So as a student, one of the first things that you need to do is determine whether or not you're going to compete in the science fair as an individual or on a team of up to 3 students. You need to select this at the beginning of the registration process. It cannot be changed later. So if you're on a team, make sure every member of your team is present when you begin the registration so that they can enter their information in to link the account. So I'm going to show you on the individual the information needed. So you'll need to enter your name, phone number, gender, grade, address, email address, parent guardian email address, the fair or the school that you're from, create a username, and set a password. You'll also need to check whether or not you want STEMwizard to be able to send text messages. Select your division. Make sure that you select the appropriate one. Junior division is 6th through 8th grade, and senior division is 9th through 12th grade. Select the preferred category. Check the box that you acknowledge and agree to the privacy policy, and click the submit button. So I'm going to log in to a student account that I already created. I'll click that. So this is my fake middle schooler account here. So on the top right, I can click on that and then click profile. This is where you can change any of that registration information that you entered when you set up the account. You can do that by clicking the pencil and then making any changes needed. On the dashboard, you can see the title of the project that you've set, your category, your project number after it's assigned, any announcements from the fair administrator, and then you can see bubbles representing each of the milestones that you need to complete in order to submit your registration information for the fair. This is going to have different colored bubbles showing the status. So for this, for my fake middle schooler, I've completed the project information, and so it's a green circle with a check. The others are red circles with exclamation marks showing that they are not completed. You also can see the deadlines for all of these. So these first few are due earlier than the later ones. Make sure that you meet all of the deadlines in order to be able to participate in the fair. On the left side of the screen again, there's a messages section with a red circle and a number in that. That number will tell you how many messages that you have. So it's very important that you look over there, because if you receive any messages from the fair administrator, the SRC, your teacher, any reviewers, there will be a number there letting you know to read them. You also can create a message and send a message to the fair administrator or your teacher through here. I'm going to skip Project Wizard at first, go down to this request last year's files. So if you competed in the science fair last year and you are continuing on your project, and so you need your abstract and your research plan to be able to submit for this year, you can click that button and send an email to the STEMwizard support team to get those out, that information. But make sure that you put your full name, what your project is, and what you're asking for. The last button, the help button, is a list of different documents. And so you can click on those documents to download them or to open them in a new window. So now I'm going to go back to that project wizard. So this is where you will probably most of the time be. This is where it walks you through the different milestones to complete them. So this first milestone, as I said, I've completed. I could click to edit it here. So I can change the title of the project. I can change what the category it is. You can do that up until registration closes. And at that time, any changes on categories are going to be closed. Make sure you pick the class period, select your teacher. So this will be a drop-down list of all the teachers that are registered. So make sure that you find the teacher and then it's at the school that you're at. Your teacher will also tell you who to choose as the secondary teacher. So the secondary teacher should be a campus or a district coordinator. And so in that list of those teachers, you should be able to find your school and then a teacher that has coordinator after their name. And then make sure you save that project information. So for personal information, it's going to be something similar to this, where you're just entering in some demographic information. For abstract submissions for judges to review, or whatever your other milestones are for your fair, you'll just either fill out information or upload it. But the last one that I want to really focus on is the files and forms. The first time that you log into Files and Forms or click on Files and Forms, you will need to go through a rules wizard that will select which ISA forms that you use. So if I click continue, it's going to ask a series of questions about my project. And so you read those very carefully. For the second one, it's asking about where you worked. So if you worked at a university like Texas A&M, University of Texas, or even if you worked with a mentor, somebody who works at a research use institution remotely, you need to select that box because that's what will create the Form 1C for you to fill out. Same thing in an industrial setting if you worked at a place of business. Is it based on prior research? So this is that question asking if it's a continuation project. And then the next ones are just more of those same types of questions. For now, I am going to click no or none of the above just to get through this process. After that, it will say congratulations, and you can click continue. So this is the list of documents required based on the answers that I provided for those questions. So check carefully and make sure that all the appropriate forms are present there. So for this one, because I said I worked at a research institution, there's a Form 1C added. But I did not answer yes to any of the questions about microorganisms, human participants, vertebrate animals. So I do not have any of those. If later you figure out that you do need to add those, you can just check the box on the list of ISA forms and click Save Form Changes. And that will add that form to your list. If you have documents, and all of the ISEF documents will be this way, where there are fill, edit form, send link, and submit buttons added, that means that those documents are filled out within stemwizard. And I'm going to have a second video on how to fill out documents on here. So please make sure that you watch that video. Besides the forms that are filled out within stemwizard, you will also have some files, such as the abstract and the student research plan, that you will need to fill out external to stemwizard. To get those documents, you can either download them from our website, or at the top of the screen here, there's a button for download required files. If you click that, it will download all of those files to your computer. You can fill them out, and then when you're ready to upload the files, click the Upload Your Files button. Notice that only PDF documents can be uploaded. So a document such as the student research plan, that's probably a Google document or a Microsoft Word document, make sure that you save it or export it as a PDF first before uploading. So I've clicked the student research plan, and I'm going to click to upload that file. Choose the file, find the file that I want. I have both the .doc file, but also a PDF version. I'm going to make sure I select the PDF and click to open it, and then click upload. Now, when I look at the list of files, the student research plan now is listed there. I can click on that to open the document to make sure that I uploaded the correct one. In this case, this is a blank research plan, so that's not what I would want to upload and submit to the reviewers or the SRC. So in order to change out that for the correct one, click the trash can button and delete file, and then upload the correct document. Besides those documents, sometimes it's necessary to upload additional files. This might be something like a survey if you are giving a survey to human participants, or it could be an abstract or a research plan from last year if you had a continuation project. So in order to do that, you would just click on the upload button and you would upload your document similar to what I previously showed you. That is all for today on STEMWizard registration. I hope that that has been helpful for you.